On Thursday, Representative Carolyn Maloney led a House Oversight Committee markup. She touted her bill, the Vote-by-Mail Tracking Act, which she introduced after the November 2020 election. The bill would simply help voters keep track of their ballots to ensure their votes have been cast. The bill would not require states to expand their usage of mail-in ballots. The legislation was met with backlash from Republicans, who are often skeptical about mail-in ballots.
I now recognize myself in support of H.R. 1307. I first introduced the Vote-by-Mail Tracking Act in February of last year after the November 2020 election, in which a record number of Americans cast mail-in ballots. This year, millions of Americans again chose to vote by mail. Voting by mail is safe and secure and has been rising in popularity since the 1980s. States make the decision of whether or not they vote by mail. Every state now offers some type of vote by mail. Given the increase in the use of mail-in ballots in recent years, it is important to ensure that election officials and voters can track ballots once they're in the custody of the Postal Service. I can tell you that during the past election and in 2020, we got hundreds of phone calls from people trying to track their ballots. They wanted to make sure their ballots were cast and recorded, and this would allow them to do that. This bill would require that any ballot mailed in a federal election include a Postal Service barcode on the envelope that is unique to the individual ballot. We can now track packages around the world. They have a barcode. You can track it as a consumer. This would allow an individual to track their own ballot. This common sense requirement would enable boards of elections to confirm when a ballot was sent and give voters confidence that their votes have been casted and counted. In addition, the bill would require envelopes containing ballots to meet postal specifications, which would help ensure these ballots are processed in a timely and efficient manner. To be clear, this bill does not require any state to use or expand its use of vote by mail. It only focused on ensuring the trackability and efficient processing of a mail-in ballot that states, municipalities decide to use. Voting by mail is already safe and secure, and it's increasingly popular with Americans. Ensuring election officials and voters have the resources to track the status of their ballots would create even more peace of mind and confidence and further protect the sanctity of our elections. And requiring ballot mail to include specific identifiers will help ensure timely sorting and delivery. This is a common sense, good government bill that will help build confidence that our ballots are counted in a timely way. I urge my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to support the bill, and I now yield back.